and Zeus banned out from Deficiency. It's basically like 6.86 bans here. They are just banning all of the current meta heroes.
Yeah, pretty
Apart from
standard
Outworld
stuff.
Devourer, who slipped through the net.
Wow, there's so many good heroes in this patch, which I think is brilliant. Yeah, you can't ban them all. You've only got 4 bans. Well,
Have we seen OD
five
yet?
bans, I guess. But
Is OD?
yeah, I'm fairly certain I've seen an OD.
Okay, you've seen OD.
We still
So
seem to
yeah,
have some.
obviously
Sorry, still some
clearly a
technical
normal.
issues.
Really?
Well, I should be live now, I think.
5 seconds.
I put 5 minutes on it. I don't know. Well, if we get to the end of the draft and it hasn't worked yet, then something's seriously wrong.
I guess you can either restart the stream with no delay, or
But I don't know if it's the delay. Maybe it's Twitch.
I can also just turn OBS on if it just isn't working at all.
I don't think it's my end. I think it might be Twitch. Anyway, we'll see what happens when we get to the end of this draft. But Magnus, exciting stuff. But Enigma now from Eustas. Look at the team fight coming out from both teams now. This is pretty sweet.
Big AoE engage stuff, isn't it? Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I love team fights. I mean, and if you look at Enigma, like when you think Enigma, you're like on the other team, you're like, okay, what can cancel Black Hole? And so far, it's just Invoker with like a tornado or a cold snap or something.
I guess Skewer.
I guess no, it depends where he's standing. If you skewer through the black hole, it doesn't work. But if Enigma's standing sort of on the edge of the black hole and you manage to skewer him, it will cancel it.
Sure.
Reserve time.
People always say, I mean, Enigma is one of those heroes. I mean, sure, you've got the black hole, but you've also got the threat of the black hole, and it just forces the other team to play, very split, very spread. Because if they get together, it's GG.
Yep.
So Invoker, Oracle, Magnus.
I think
interesting lineup so far.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be an offlane Magnus. So Team Deficiency will definitely be looking for like a melee hero. I think we're gonna see a Magnus Lich dual offlane as well. They're gonna try and punish the fact that they've got Eustas has got a jungler. And Lich is great against Enigma because when you cast Chain Frost, it has a mini stun that goes through BKB.
Yeah, so it's that guaranteed council.
I think Lich is an absolute brilliant pickup here, just because of the fact that Lich cancels the black hole very easily, and the synergy with Magnus is insane. Well, with the RP into like the Chain Frost that just bounces around so quickly.
They're not fully committed to their lanes yet as well. They can still run the Magnus off lane and do a aggressive or defensive try with the Oracle and Lich if they want to. It just depends. So position 1 yet to be picked up by either team here. So.
And I think Ember Spirit is a very smart ban from Eustas. Just because how well it would work.
I mean, are they really going to pick Ember Spirit into Invoker Magnus? I mean, where would they put the Ember Spirit? I guess safe lane? But I'm not sure safe lane Ember Spirit is all that.
Ember Spirit is pretty much like 80% played safe lane nowadays.
Really?
He can get harassed down so easily being a melee hero in the mid lane.
I guess versus OD as well. There's no way you'd run that mid.
10 seconds to go.
Oh, right. Something is seriously weird at the moment. My internet. Whoa, is this the pick we were talking about?
Holy crap. That's got to be the ace in up the sleeve there. Troll Warlord. Holy shit.
Right, I'm going to try streaming it to my Twitch. See if that fixes it.
Turn off the delay and just see if it works.
Yeah, I'll put on like a 2-minute delay. I don't really want to turn it off.
But if you turn it off, you'll just know if it like at all works at all immediately, which is good to know. I mean, if it does work, you can turn it back on with the delay on, but like, just does it work at all?
And a PL is the final pickup. A hero that does work pretty well with the Empower on Magnus, but not as well as other heroes, I think. But also because it kind of tells you which is the real one, yeah? You know what I mean?
PL is a weird pick, I think. In a man fight, you got a fancy troll.
Yeah, definitely. You have a pause, waiting for someone to pick. Yeah, okay, my internet's like not loading at all. Like if I try to open a browser.
It's weird though, because Skype is working fine.
Yeah, and I'm in the game fine as well. And apparently I'm not getting any drop frames. Just as the playoffs start, clearly, I've like literally had no technical issues throughout the whole entire
That's
thing.
been good so far.
And now this. Frick is going on. Probably something stupid like my firewall or something has decided to start blocking shit.
We're in now. I mean, do you want me to just start?
Do you have access to the
Yeah, I have
BlinkDOTA
OBS
Twitch?
up and open and will work if I.
And the Blink, you've got the
I have the
BlinkDOTA
key.
Twitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do it. You do it.
Okay. Let's see if this works. Take me 1 second.
I'll
Where do you define the delay in this crap? Delay in seconds.
Okay, well, while you're doing that, I'll quickly
For everybody to die.
go through what's going on at the moment. In fact, I always enjoy introducing who's playing what, because these players, you know, not that well known. Nice to know who's playing what. So on the Radiant side, that's Team Eustas. We got Clockwork. It can be played by Mr. Nitrogen. Got Pokemaster 889 playing the Enigma. I think I've seen him play this before. We've got Vengeful Spirit playing by NPC Dota Hero Oracle Bio. Doesn't work anymore. Trollwaller played by Kelly Cancer Kids. And Dota playing the OD as he picks up the bounty rune. Oh, it was working
So
on my
I'm-
Twitch
I'm-
now.
Getting an error which says could not access the specified channel or stream key.
Yeah, I got
This
that
could
as
be
well.
because the key channel is invalid or because the server thinks you're not logged in. So something. Yeah, something is weird here.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna put on Facebook. It seems to be working on my stream.
Yeah, it probably will. I think it might just be. I'm just going to try re-entering the stream key here, but I think. Okay, is that working now?
Lovely technical issues.
Yeah, no, that something's gone wrong with the stream key. So you broadcasting now on your
On my Twitch, yeah.
Twitch, yeah? I'll just check that out. Make sure it's working.
Yeah, check it for me because it says I've got a bit of my max keyframe interval is a bit weird.
It says live, but it's a black screen. Oh, okay, I can see
How
it.
does it look?
It's a bit bumpy.
Yeah. I think Twitch is having a bad day.
Yeah, it could be. This is like very weird, jumpy FPS. That's what I'm seeing. And now it's offline again.
Because I'm not getting any drop frames my end. Oh, it's probably offline because I stopped it.
That's
Oh
what I
god, this is not good.
Okay. Okay, what happens if we do this then?
Editing, doing things.
Missing bottom.
I think Twitch has issues. Because maybe not.
Okay, I'm putting it back onto mine. Hopefully it'll work. I'll just make a thing on Facebook, and if it's Right, okay, let's just cast this in the game, and hopefully people are still watching in game anyway, so it doesn't matter. People that are really interested, whatever. Let's get into this game, see how the lanes are going. Currently, the safe laners both farming pretty nicely. 15 last hits. Mid lane dominated by OD at the moment, though. OD up to actually 14 last hits with 14 denies versus the 7 and 3 of Invoker.
And we do see OD is one of the most dominant mid lane heroes in the game right now. And Dota, the guy playing it, probably one of the better players in the league.
Yeah, I think I remember thinking he's pretty good, so... You've played against both these teams, and so we're thinking Eustas probably the more favourite team here.
Yeah, we've played, what the fact at GG have played Deficiency, where we had by no means an easy game, but it was certainly easier than our game against Eustas, where we got pretty royally done over. So I would expect Eustas to be the favourites here, but anything can happen.
Oh, Troll got skewered underneath the tower. The Sunstrike's coming down. Troll dodges to the right. I don't know if that was on purpose or because he was trying to eat a tree. But Magnus, he's got a shockwave. This should be an easy kill. The right click's not coming in because Troll, with the whirling axe, is increasing the evasion. And now the slow. Magnus can't get this kill. The turnaround. Oh, first blood for Troll Warlord. OP hero, right? Is this 6.884 or whatever it was?
What's the evasion granted there?
It's like, I don't know. It is 60%. 100% of the time.
Well, some nice RNG coming out from Eustas in the early game. Yeah. So what have we got? We've got an off-lane Clockwork. So Mr. Nitrogen is an excellent off-laner.
Yeah.
But he's going to struggle.
I'm surprised we're not seeing the Lich Magnus dual off-lane. I think they would really be able to pressure very well. I think this is a missed trick here, and now Magnus has to be careful. Apart from Venge, no mana for stun. That's the issue with Vengeful Spirit. I do like the fact, though, she starts off with 2 Iron Branches. This means you have mana
it's unusual
to cast.
Boots so early, though.
Yeah, I mean, don't know whether she got them early on, but if you have 2 Iron Branches, it means you can cast 2 magic missiles from the get-go.
Gotcha.
Because if you don't have them, you don't have mana to cast 2.
Enigma picking up an unclaimed 4-minute bounty rune at 5 minutes 10. So,
I mean, Invoker doesn't normally get bottle, and OD doesn't have to go bottle. He does have one, but weird to see runes not being contested at the moment.
So, one of the questions you always have to ask about these games is, who wins if the game goes for 50 minutes? I mean, because that kind of determines people's timing. And how do you feel about the Troll versus the PL in the kind of super late game?
I don't think it's all down to the carries. You've got to remember there's an Enigma, which obviously is big. I'm just going to go back to this because on the dire side, they've got 2 supports smoked up at the moment. Oracle does have that Fortune's End, and OD is a bit far forward. In comes Invoker now. He's got the Cold Snap. Doesn't want to use it just yet. He's going to now use it, but the save means Invoker Sunstrike is going to hit. Throws down the Meat Bill. Does hit onto the OD. At least the Chaos Meteor burn damage does, but the rotation's coming in. Clockwork doesn't have the hook shot, but he does have the Battery Assault. But going to get slowed down. Does cog in the Invoker. It's him versus the world at the moment, but it doesn't look he's going to survive with the backup of the Magnus. Invoker nets that kill. Meanwhile, Oracle does go down inside the Radiant Woods. A better trade for Team Deficiency, I'd say. Until this happens. Oh, he doesn't get the kill on Magnus. He thought he had it.
And I think he could have got it.
He probably would have, yeah. He could have committed and been fine, I think.
I mean, that's a really interesting fight. Rotations there from virtually
everyone.
Including the Jungle Enigma. And something you often see Jungle Enigmas not do is, rotate to help the mid lane if they need to. But the sheer power of Astral Imprisonment there to keep OD alive against the, a smoke as well. You've got to remember expended from Deficiency there to get that kill. Oh, a Sunstrike comes in. Cheeky.
Ooh.
Cheeky.
I like this.
Himself alive and get the kill on Oracle. So he's not that unhappy.
Yeah, Enigma now, level 6. Level 6, 6 minutes in. This is the power of an Enigma that goes unchecked. It's like Chen, you can hit level 6 at 6 minutes, which is kind of insane. For a position 4. Inverted quotes.
Are we going to see Arcane into Ether Lens here from Enigma, do you think?
Ether Lens? I hadn't really considered that, actually. That's pretty fucking good on Enigma.
I think it's
excuse the language.
Indeed.
I always, but Mech is obviously really good, and so is Blink.
I think the fact that he's
But-
got the early arcanes sort of points towards an ether lens, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't trying to say the game is determined on carries, but it's sort of.
Yeah.
It helps you think about timing, doesn't it, when you're playing the
Yeah.
game? Because it's do I have to win at 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 45 minutes, or can I take the super late?
I don't know. I think I'd favor team deficiency late game, just because OD gets countered completely by BKBs. But I mean, Troll versus PL, I think it's very situational, because if Troll gets a lucky bash, he could just keep you lot bashed the whole time. But Clockwork in this top lane, he's dead. Phantom Lance getting that kill. Lich doesn't even bother to throw out any right clicks there. It didn't seem like.
Dire's middle tower is under siege.
So 3-2 now in this game. How are we doing on last hits? It looks like Troll's leading the way.
Being attacked.
Oh yeah, he's up to 56. Meanwhile, PL on 55. So both save laners, they've been last hitting really well. If you're looking at sort of the 60-70 last hits at 10 minutes, is really good.
Radiant
Troll is getting the experience advantage though, because he's sitting here pretty much solo, and he can happily solo against the Magnus,
Yeah.
whereas PL needs the Lich to hang around and stop him dying against the Clockwork.
Radiant's top
This is something I haven't seen very much. The Tranquil boots on Magnus. Like he's going to
That's
go
interesting.
Tranquil Soul Ring. I mean, it's a fairly standard thing for like a strength hero to do in the off lane, but not Magnus. But I guess it'll work. It's not bad. It's kind of like the poor man's arcanes. And considering, it's not actually. There's a good mix of magic and physical damage coming in from Eustas' sides. Because sometimes the extra couple of armor you get from the extra 3 armor you get from Tranquils can be, makes all the difference throughout the early and mid game. If the enemy team's very right-click orientated. So
So it looks like the Invoker's built Exor is now picking up a double stack. They were trying to pull it the third time, which didn't work out, but he's gone early Midas into the Exort build, so quite a farmy Invoker.
I feel like this is sort of like 80% Invokers go in the Exalt build these days.
Radiant's top
Yeah, we saw a lot of Crosswex last patch. It seems to be more Exort heavy this patch. So neither teams are feeling too bad about these lanes, I think. Everybody's fairly happy. But Eustas do have the jungler, so they're just generally, both teams are going to be aware that they are just going to get more out of the map if things go even.
Speaking of the jungler, Enigma's got this smoke now, coupled with the Vengeful Spirit. They're looking to try and wrap around behind this T1 tower in the mid lane. The Dire Clockwork's got the hook shot, might look for the initiation. Here he goes, he catches Alto. This is perfect. If they could just get the black hole, I'll do the tower. They don't even need to commit it. Easy kills. Clockwork taking a brunt of the tower damage, doesn't matter. So, a couple of kills from Eustas there.
And we're seeing, I mean, really what happened there was the Dire vision towards the bottom of the map. Even though they smoked up, Clocky wasn't smoked. So, as they rotated in, the mid lane heroes stacked up, both got hit in the cogs, which meant that the black hole wasn't even required.
Good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Not that I care.
Oh, Troll, now this is the battle. PL versus Troll. How does it go? I mean, PL should just get out with Doppelganger. The Sunstrike coming down, going to completely miss. And the right clicks, the bash is coming in. PL, it's only a level 1. Doppelganger's got to be careful. Just get the slow now. And could we see a turnaround? That doesn't look like it. So,
Could get this kill, maybe?
oh well, especially as the OD's coming in now. Well, I thought you meant the other way,
One
actually.
hit.
Okay.
Just
A 1
about
for 1.
matching.
So, it's what happens when an unstoppable force meets an immovable object. Until another force comes in, which is the OD.
How's that stream doing, by the way?
Not good. Got a few players. I'm keeping tracks on it, but it's just laggy as hell. And I'm really glad, because I would have thought it was my end, but considering it didn't work for you either. I'll blame it. Oh, the hookshot now onto Oracle. Oracle doesn't have any levels. He's in some trouble. He should put Fate the Doctor on him to try and help save himself. In fact, if you put Fate's Edict on yourself and then Purifying Flames, you might be able to survive through a lot of that damage coming from the clockwork.
Possible. It looks like Twitch is having some really bad times, from what I'm seeing here.
I don't know how it's doing for everyone else, but like all the big streamers.
Yeah, because the you know, if you've got tons of viewers, the kind of Twitch transcoding service helps you out, but if you don't, then yeah. Anyway, it's good fun game to watch. So it's,
Yeah, I'm actually gonna for the first time. I'm gonna try and do VODs and upload them to YouTube. So I'm just recording locally to my computer and then I'll upload them. So
cool.
people still have a
5-man
chance to
smoke.
watch this game. I think 5-man smoke, like you said.
Into the Rosh pit.
This might go uncontested. What vision is there? Actually, there's no vision for the Dire, so should go down fairly quickly with the troll.
The lack of an orb spot. Sunstrike coming in.
Like ping, 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 ping. And there is a Magnus. He's got the RP. No blink though, so we're going to see a skewer RP up onto the high ground maybe. This is the play he's got to make, but with Vengeful Spirit on the high ground, actually in the river. Going to stop Duck moving on forward. And Roche does go down. The hookshot out. Who's he going on to? And it's the Lich actually this time. And Lich is in a lot of trouble. What with Clockwork maxing out the battery assault on level 3 Rocket Flare. Should be easy enough kill as Magnus skewers himself away. Vengeful Spirit has a swap. Oh, Magnus is in some trouble now. No escape Mexican does have the RP. Trying to throw it out. He does. Meteor coming down. Is this to turn around with the Deafening Blast? Duck, he's still alive. And there goes the Vengeful Spirit. Does finally go down, the Magnus. But, you know, did manage to get the RP off and in comes the combo. I feel like this is
You saw there the potential power of RP interval. I mean, it can do an absolute ton of damage, but I think a sort of a hesitancy there from Deficiency. They weren't sure whether they were engaging on the Magnus or not. They had a TP into the bot lane. It was a bit of a mixed call. The PL never turned up, and rightly so, because there wasn't a lot he could do if he did turn up. And as a result, they lost 2 on the chase.
Yeah, looking over at the net worth graph, nearly 7.5k net worth lead for Eustas. 15 minutes it's a significant lead, but like I was gonna say, the pros and cons I think of like a big wombo combo team fight is you can be that 10-15k net worth behind and still win team fights.
Absolutely.
It might not help you win the game, but winning team fights helps.
We've seen OD pick up an Atos. Is that fairly normal?
Yeah. Normally ODs will go for a 4-staff and or an Atos into BKB if needed, or Hex if not. The standard OD, although we have seen drums and SMYs. So it's a drums, gives him some good stats, hence why he doesn't need to go for 4-staff.
PL's
Yeah,
got with
there's the
bots.
Atos. A Sunstrike does hit onto the OD, I think, but there were some creeps in the way, and now he tries to save himself with that Astral Imprisonment. Where's his team? They're TPing in, they're trying to save him if he can. He's got the hammer if he wants to drop it, and with the Troll Warlord showing up, OD's going to be fine, and the mech coming from Enigma. It is a mechanism for the Enigma in the end, and now the Atos once again onto the PL. 1 second till Doppelgang, the hookshot misses. I think they were going for the Oracle. Oracle gets out, and now this is going to be a good Lich Ultimate coming, bouncing through, hitting between a few heroes. Troll Warlord kept in place by that Fortune's End. Still no one, actually, the Lich does finally go down to miss the Nitrogen there on the Clockwork, but considering it's the PL that doesn't die, I'm sure they'll be happy about it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, we have a split-pushing Vengeful Spirit.
Split pushing with that urn. And I mean, you saw there just the slight lack of burst. A lot of other drafts would have been able to bring that OD down there, but with Astral Imprisonment up, he held on. And it was a triple TP into the top tier 3 tower, or 2 tower rather, from Eustas. And, having time to triple TP in while your, mid laner is getting ganked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
He had the Ages as well, actually. Would have been fine there. Yeah, Eustas looking to make this game their own by taking this T1 tower. And now the T2. The push coming in from Enigma and Troll Warlord's ultimate is significant. And look at Clockwork. He's so confident sitting in front of the tower.
At level 11, I mean, Clockwork is just one of the most dominant heroes in the game. He's got the blade mail up. He just knows, you know, he can initiate on almost everything here when they're 11-4 up, and it's going to go their way. Even if he goes down, it doesn't matter that much. He's fairly happy.
Look at this PL doing some work on the OD. OD using those drums. They want to chase after the PL. 3 seconds till Doppelganger. He's going to have to definitely use this. Maybe in a fancy manner. No, he just managed to... Oh, he was lucky there. His real hero gets pushed very far away. Oh, Sunstrike hits Dota, but... as he picks up the DD rune. What level Sunstrike is that? So he's got a lot of levels in Quaz, hence why not quite enough damage with that Sunstrike. Only 287 pure damage. I say only, there's still quite a lot, but not enough.
They've been reasonably on point, the Sunstrikes, but yeah, never been quite the situation where you could use it. If he had the Clocky on his team, then Sunstrike suddenly becomes a great ability.
I mean, it's okay. It's pretty good if OD saves one of his allies or himself. That kind of sets up the Sunstrike. It's quite a unique situation to be in.
It's almost perfect timing, isn't it? If you Astral, that's pretty much the same amount of time that Sunstrike takes to cast. So
Astral's 4 seconds and Sunstrike's 2.5, but it's easy enough to count.
So Troll's gone. He's getting S and Y. So
Standard,
you know,
standard.
Nothing too fancy.
No moms.
Invoker building into Yules, which is pretty normal, especially when you're going defensive. You gotta say, if we had the Yules rather than the Midas earlier, you know, could you do more? It's always the danger of picking that item up.
Yeah, you gotta have levels on Invoker though. So if he didn't have the Midas, he'd probably be like level 9 now.
Pocket DD for OD.
And Magnus actually completing the Blink Dagger finally. I mean, 19 minutes isn't too bad for an offlaner. Ideally,
And this
you'd
is
get
pretty
it,
big
like...
for Eustas now. I mean, this is where they can start to take fights. No. Oh, yes, no, sorry. So there's Blink on Enigma as well, is the problem. So the counter-initiate potential from Eustas is absolutely huge.
Lich has to sit back and hold on to his ultimate until the black hole comes out. Unless a massive RP comes out. Because the trouble is, like, so if you get a big RP and you skewer them back, your whole team crowds around those RP targets. And then as Enigma, you're like, excellent. Party starts, and then you get like a massive black hole. But the counter could be said for Magnus if he sits back, and he's been spotted out here, the Blink forward, the newly acquired Blink. OD is gonna get a 3-shot duck now, and now the Clockwork hook shot in. Oracle's dead as well, and now the Lich ultimate does bounce around in the end. I thought it hit Lich himself, but it's a triple kill now for Eustas. Mega kill streak for Mr. Nitrogen. The swap, Troll still alive, as they were diving under T3s, and they haven't even taken the T2.
Again, a slight hesitancy, you would say. You know, there's that kind of, you know, you're there on comms. You go, you know, are we defending this tower? Are we not defending this tower? And you're kind of hanging back just below, you know, just after the tower, and it gives the more aggressive team the chance just to blink on you. And you know, the moment that Magnus takes his first hit, the fight's going south.
Do you have a shot caller in your team?
Well, it's yeah, it's me. So you can usually play.
Yeah. I know who to blame there.
I mean, you know, obviously it's always a collaborative thing, but if there's a case of go or no or don't go, it'll usually be me yelling go.
Yeah. It's when I've played in
goes
teams
well,
and
sometimes goes badly.
yeah, because sometimes when I've been playing in teams, with the lack of shot caller, I think can be such a big deal.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, we've definitely beaten teams who are mechanically better than we are, just because we have been less hesitant, and we've been beaten by teams who are, you know, maybe not as good as we are because they just played as a unit and were decisive about their moves, and it does make such a difference.
Yes, I feel like I just want to talk to this Magnus. I feel like he's a little inexperienced on this hero, maybe. Like he missed a skewer, which he probably should have got done.
Is that in the team fight bot lane?
Yeah, there was Vengeful Spirit TPing out, and he missed a skewer on the TP.
It's It's one of those
it's a bit
things where
hard. Yeah.
you watch a pro playing Magnus and they make it look so easy, and it really isn't.
No, no. Magnus
It really
is
isn't.
like one of my favorite heroes and best heroes. So obviously I'm going to be critical.
I remember watching when you casted the PJ game as well. I reckon you play some Clockwork as Umbrella. Do you play?
I
a
play
little bit of
Clockwork, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you did. Interested in the Clockwork play there. How do you rate Mr. Nitrogen so far?
He seems to be doing excellently. I mean, you can't argue with 5, 2, and 4 with Blade Mail, Arcane Boots, and on his way to an Ags at 23 minutes, really.
That's true. You can.
Tower is under siege.
So really, Deficiency, they're in a pretty bad spot, but they're holding out because they've got a PL. So they know that if the game goes long, he went early bots, drums, diffusal, pretty pushy stuff. So you never know. You might bait them into a fight and the PL kicks a tower or two, or he might just go so huge that he can actually fight. But it's tough.
Yeah, I also think Team Deficiency have the great high ground defense. They've got the combo fight. And the Radiant, all it takes is for Eustas to slightly overextend themselves, get a big RP, Meatball, Deafening Blast, Lich Ultimate, and you've won the team fight. So I think we're going to see now Eustas. They're going to sit back for 5 minutes, probably wait out. Actually, I say wait out Roshan. Roshan's back up again. And then look to team fight, go high ground with the Aegis. I don't really think they should go high ground without the Aegis, even though they are quite far ahead.
Pause here, just while there's
Typical
internet.
Dota pause.
And who do you think the kind of #1 priority target for Deficiency is in the team fight? Who does that RP have to land on?
OD. It's just so hard though, because Clockwork is going to be sitting at the back with the. So when they're pushing up, they'll have. So what Eustas should be doing is Clockwork will sit back with the Enigma, Troll and possibly OD will go high ground, use the ultimate, hit on the tower. So that means you have to initiate on the OD and the Troll with like an RP or Tornado, whatever your spells, and then Clockwork and Enigma can so easy counter initiate, and so you get the Aegis on Troll. Just put them up on the high ground.
And the problem is that they've kind of been playing the Troll pretty far forward. He's been kind of the obvious target to initiate on. But as you say, if you initiate on the Troll, you basically lose. I mean, you just lose right there because the counter initiate is going to kill you. And they don't really have, they don't have the big magical burst that could bring down the Troll or the OD before they get counter initiated on. He's going to go low, and then they're all going to get black holed, and then they're going to cry. So it is tough. It is tough. And PL's a very difficult hero to play in big team fights as well, because he's, especially pre-Manta, if he just runs in ahead and gets touched by the OD ult, he's in a lot of trouble. So he kind of needs to flank them, but not easy, easier said than done.
Yeah, and you look at Radiant's vision at the moment. They have a ward here. So they've got this vision for when the Dire might contest this Roshan. They're not going to though.
It's a perfect setup for the Roshan, with the vision. Very disciplined play, not to go for the Roshan before you've got the complete control of that segment of the jungle.
I think Team Deficiency could. When you're this far behind, like how far? They're 15k net worth behind, 12k, 13k experience. You have to just go for those all-out plays. Like, I'd be saying, if this was my team, maybe like smoke up here and just do a wraparound and try and catch them out.
The problem though is that they are playing disciplined. The kinds of situations that might let you back into the game are a rush attempt that you can smoke into and maybe catch them unawares, bring the Enigma down, that kind of thing. But great vision control. They're really staying as 5. Characters like Clocky, very, very difficult to kill quickly. Astral Imprisonment, very hard to bring the OD down.
He's the one with the Aegis.
They've got to YOLO somehow. I think their strategy at the moment is, you can see from the way the heroes are clustered, let them high ground, and let's hope for the absolute perfect team fight execution. Let's hope for the
I believe
absolute
in them.
perfection.
They can do it.
I believe can be done. Invoker's got a ton of levels now, so he's well, I mean, he's level 12. He hasn't got a ton of levels, but he's got enough that he can throw out 3 or 4 spells. And a 5-man yellow smoke.
They've got to go for this, but all they find is Venge. It's not going to be enough. They have to go for the big kill. Like the Troll Warlord, he could be in some trouble now. They do get the slow, the pure onto the, the Spirit Lance onto the Troll. Now a very, very long range. Fortune's End there, and he's just going to BKB, try and get himself out of there. Magnus cancelling the RP in time.
Magnus. Yeah, just about.
But this is going to be a setup. Enigma, he's got an Invis rune. What a rune to get for Pokemaster 889.
It's one of the, those weird quirks about Dota that, when you've been playing for 5 years, it's fine, but they're kind of confusing for new players. One of them I hate is that certain abilities, if you stop cancel them like during the cast, it uses the cooldown, and certain abilities don't.
Yeah.
And it's just completely random which case it is. RP, fortunately, one of those ones that you can kind of whiff and cancel in the stop time, in the cast time. It's fine.
Yeah.
Invoker building into an Aghanims, which will make a lot of difference in the team fights. Very hard hero to high ground against, especially if he uses Ice Wall effectively.
Oh yeah. I only realized until recently it actually does damage.
I know. Well, I was playing some Invoker, trying to pick him up, and I was going, what the fuck? It's an Exhort Quas spell,
Yeah.
I mean, which is confusing in itself, because it seems, it's a pretty frosty ability. But yeah, it does damage over time, yeah.
Dire's middle tower is being
OD popped double damage. He's got Aegis, he's got BKB, Troll's got his BKB. You would really feel like this is Eustas' timing to finish the game.
I just want to say there are 5 people watching this on Twitch, and I feel so sorry for them because it's literally a slideshow. There's nothing I can do about it. Anyway, Invoker getting initiated on here. OD just being so aggressive, looking for the. They get the solo RP onto the OD. Gets stunned up though. Well, Magnus gets stunned up, so there's no way he can skew them back to base. So not really worth it. As Oracle very low on the backlines now, and he's getting himself healed up for now. Where is this? Okay. Invoker's back. He's fine for now, but the siege continues, and look at this OD.
Did he just 2-hit Lich?
Laying into these heroes, and he's still got his sanities eclipsed as well. 35 stolen intelligence. Oh dear. When he drops the hammer, that is going to do some serious work. Magnus does have a buyback, but he's back up in 20 seconds. I think it's going to be a set of racks going to go down. Kingdom Deficiency are just going to have to accept that fact. Tornado coming through. Nice dodge for the OD, and look at him go. Okay, he's going to be okay for now. The Black Hole only catching the PL, but that's all they need. It doesn't matter if you don't get those 3, 4-man, 5-man RPs.
I was just about to say, if you're James, if you're Pokemaster in this game, you're just like, please let me use a Black Hole.
Yeah.
Really
Get ready for the hammer. Here we go. He's going to use it. He's looking for the perfect number. Oh, Invoker. Nearly kill him off. Godlike spree now for Dota himself. And GG's going to be called from the PL on Team Deficiency. 20-5, 30 minutes in. That was not a particularly close game, but neither team is out. We're going to see Eustas go further into this upper bracket to play up against Team Enclave, whenever that will be. And Team Deficiency will drop down into the lower bracket.
So who does that mean the Deficiency are going to play? We don't know yet. It's the loser of the next game. Or no.
No, we don't know yet.
We don't know yet. We don't know yet. Well, it's the loser of the semi-final, isn't it? We'll play them. Great. Well, thanks for casting, Zambra. That was really good fun. That was an interesting game. MVP for Eustas?
I mean, how could you not say OD 9-0? The hell, but yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things, isn't it? When you're ahead and you're the DPS cannon. Yeah, I mean, poor Clocky's come at that 5-3-5, which really doesn't reflect his, impact on the game.
Yeah, yeah, OD. But I think they actually all played really well as a team. It was a solid draft. I feel
I'd
like
say
Team
least
Def
valuable player, Pokemaster. You know, only played on the black hole the whole game. Only got one
Yeah.
hero. So...
Jeez, Pokemaster, get better. No, I really like the draft and the way they played it. I think Team Deficiency maybe missed a trick with running an aggro dual lane with the Lich and the Magnus. That means you'd apply some pressure on the Troll Warlord and possibly on the Enigma as well, because you can then rotate into the jungle.
Yeah, the problem with Deficiency's lineup is they just didn't have the lane pressure. You know, if Eustas were effectively able to get away with Enigma getting all that he wanted out of the jungle, Troll getting solo experience and pretty much free farming against the Magnus. There's not a ton that Magnus can do about it. OD's going to win the mid lane because he's OD. And then Venge can rotate around and, you know, it doesn't matter if she doesn't get any farm. So really 3 or 4 cores farming at 100% rate and not enough lane pressure. You know, maybe the Lich Magnus dual lane would have been better. Nothing to scare them and shut them down and force them to actually commit some heroes to some lanes.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. So I've been joined by D.
Yes.
Yeah, I said it right, but everyone calls him
Nice.
Day. So, and wait, I keep forgetting you're on.
Whatthefuck.gg.
Yeah, what the fuck GG. So you'll be playing Perilous Rays. When are you playing them? Is it Sunday?
It looks like Sunday. It looks
Yeah,
like we're going to play
I'll be
on,
casting
Sunday.
that at 5 or
Fantastic.
something. 5 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, around 5, yeah. So we'll be playing that. And that should be an interesting matchup as well. Perilous Rays, they beat us the last time we played. But that was probably... so we kind of share the drafting between myself and Terrence, but that was probably the worst draft that we did the entire tournament. We basically drafted ourselves into a horrible place.
But yeah, you
and
ended the table on even 24 points.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So it
It's
could
not
be
too
a
bad.
very interesting game. I look forward to that.
I think it will be an interesting one.
Anything you can share with me?
In terms of the Perilous Race game, I think what will be interesting to... I mean, we've played a pretty consistent lineup of heroes throughout the tournament so far. So, you know, have they been scouting us? You know, are there going to be some respect bands involved? Or do they just think they can take us playing what we're good at? That's going to be the interesting question with that draft. We've obviously got some kind of plan Bs in the back pocket, depending on kind of how they play the draft. So it's going to be a really interesting game because, you know, while they did beat us, we also beat PJ, who beat them. So, you know, there's clearly not a massive disparity there. So it's going to be a tough one. We're looking forward to it. Should be an entertaining one to watch. So look forward to it.
Yeah, should be great. Okay, we're going to end the stream now. Sorry for all the issues. I'll put a VOD up. I don't think it's anything we could do. I think it's a Twitch issue.
Yeah, it's definitely nothing we could do. I had it going on my own stream as well, and it was like crappy FPS. So, oh well.
Thanks. Okay. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, and see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday, guys. All right. Bye now.